Hi, I'm Mark Caesar with Ed Clements and Sergeant Sam on the VAD.
It's called a vodcast. We're in the home stretch.
We want to do this again?
We're going to take two on this one?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Ed Clements along with Mark Caesar and Sam Cox. What is it today?
It's the vodcast.
Yeah.
And the last one before the election on Tuesday. It's unbelievable, but it's almost here.
Can't believe it's here.
We got some daily tracking polling information today from Politico.com on two key battleground states, North Carolina and Missouri. McCain has to win both of these states. And he is now tied in North Carolina after being way down. He's now ahead by 2 in Missouri. And they said the primary reason that McCain has closed the gap or gone ahead in these states is the country folks. He is surging among the country folks, Sam.
That's a no-brainer. If the polling folks had not been talking to the country
City folk,
folks,
yeah.
you know, that's their fault. And I told you guys at the very beginning that there's a conspiracy on the part of pollsters. And just shake your head, but now they're beginning to talk to the outside, the suburbanites, the people out in the hinterland. Oh, my goodness, Shazam, they're from McCain. Duh.
So you're saying that all the major polling people are in cahoots for Barack Obama? That's what
Pretty
you're
much,
saying?
yeah.
Woo-wee.
Well, who are the polling people? They're polling for NBC, ABC, CBS.
And they're polling for McCain. They're polling for Republicans and Democrats alike.
Yeah.
Well, this outfit is regarded as one of the more independent outfits.
That's what you
pretty
need in this
reliable,
deal.
along with Investors Business Daily. Now, in terms of tactics, we thought we might get all the way through this without Reverend Wright coming back onto the stage, but he is here. A Republican Political Action Committee, separate from McCain, is buying lots of time on several national TV networks to run an ad focusing Obama's very close 20-year association with his pastor and his spiritual mentor, Reverend Jeremiah Wright. What effect, if any, will this have on the home stretch?
Can I interject something here, Sam? I took some courses in college way back when on how to run a political campaign. And in running a political campaign, a week out, you can go negative, 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 but a week out, you flip and become, it's all positive, all grandiose music, God bless America. This is not your traditional campaign because John McCain has stayed negative all the way through, and Barack Obama is having to play defense right now. He's talking about, when he shared a sandwich with a childhood. John McCain has put him on the defensive big time, and John McCain will remain negative throughout this. I think it'll have an impact. Because
John McCain hasn't been that negative up to right now.
Well, he's been pretty negative, Sam. He has been negative, but I think this will be effective for him.
You're excited. You've been aching for them to bring up Reverend
Yes.
Wright.
And I'm just like I told you guys earlier, that the surge would continue, and I think McCain, if the Republicans don't stay home, that's the only issue. If they'll get out and vote, he's got it. If the Republicans don't,
Well, how big of a factor will this TV campaign about the Reverend Wright be? How much of it is it worth 2 points? Is it 3 points? What is
it? A couple of points.
I think it can go either way. And depending the way the public feels about it, I think some people will be really disgusted by it because they're bringing up his preacher. But I think some people say, hey, let's energize the base. Don't forget Reverend Wright. I think it can go either way.
33 million people watched Barack Obama's program, the 30-minute infomercial. Mm-hmm. 33 million. That's about 3 million more than regularly tunes into those 6 networks for the same time, same night.
99% Democrat.
99% Democrat. Yep. Is that going to move the polls? Is it going to add some? You say he threw his money away?
Absolutely, because most of the people that watch that are his backers. You know, I don't think undecided are going to watch that ho-hum, everything's wonderful, tiptoe through the tulips and all this kind of stuff. No, they want some red.
That wasn't the message of that.
That wasn't the message.
Everything is terrible was the message of that.
I know.
They had the woman talking about she's got to cut back on snacks for her kids, another one complaining about the price of milk.
I think one thing we hadn't talked about, all these people voting absentee or early voting. It's huge all across the country. It's huge here in Austin. I think that was to bolster his base to go out and vote early. And don't forget about me. So
you know, the first thing I thought of when it came out to cut back on the snacks for the kids.
Yeah.
Well, the little porker probably needs to cut back.
Little fat son of a gun, get your ass up and go to school.
You have no empathy for those two women who are discussing the hardship they're facing right now with cutting back snacks and deciding whether to buy milk.
They have a roof over their head. We have the fattest poor people in the world. there's nobody going to sleep without something to eat unless it's their own choice. If they want to lay on their dead A and not work, yeah, there's a problem. If they're looking to the government for everything they're getting, that's their fault. I grew up when there wasn't welfare. We ate. I had to work my butt off for it, but we had food at the house.
At your uncle's farm.
And we didn't have air conditioning. We didn't have some of these people that are living.
How many
off the
miles did you walk
dole,
to school in the snow, too, Granddad?
It didn't snow in Texas that much, you idiot. Jeez.
Now, there's one other thing to touch on.
Okay.
A lot of Obama backers are setting the stage. They're putting the idea in the mind of his supporters that if McCain somehow wins this thing,
They got rooked.
it will
They
not
got
be a
cheated.
fair and square election. You can see it on the Huffington Post, Daily Kos. They're setting the stage already. I think if McCain wins, we're going to see a legal battle that just dwarfs
I agree,
Gore
Mark.
and Bush.
Yeah.
It's going to make that look like a picnic.
That lasted just a
Unless-
few weeks.
unless-
I think it's going to last a long time.
If McCain wins by a very healthy margin,
That's not going to happen, Sam.
then, hey,
McCain
don't-
could win, but if he wins, it's going to be by the hair of his chinny chin chin.
You got a lot of hair on your chin.
I know, but I think it's just common facts. If he wins, it's going to be a little. I think Obama's going to win Tuesday. I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win.
How much you want to put on that?
I don't want to bet here on the
didn't
podcast.
think
It's
so.
against company policy.
Never stopped you before.
All right, there you have it. Ed says Obama. Sam says McCain will win. He's surging, and will win on Tuesday. Join us
Will
next.
win? Is it Will win's going to win? You say, will win.
I'm so
Who will
sorry
win?
you're gonna
That's
lose,
Proposition 2.
Hey, buddy, I'm not going to lose on Wednesday because I hadn't voted yet, and I haven't got that booth to dial that number up.
Well, be sure to join us next week for the next edition of this vodcast, and join us every day on the radio, 5:30 to 10. Mark, Ed, and Sergeant Sam on KLBJ.